My name is Levon Price, and today I will be your host. I hope that you all have been safe and taking care of yourself during this very crazy time. And speaking of crazy times, me and the other YEA hosts were discussing just things we still have to deal with in this country, like discrimination, and how important it is that you still have a support system that helps you get through the judgment and the obstacles of the world that prevent you from living your dream, and how damaging that environment can be. Um, so we have a special guest that I'm going to be interviewing today that I'm excited about, and I think you guys will really enjoy it as well. And she has her own journey where she's faced a lot of discrimination, but still found the courage to pursue her dreams, and just what her and her family had to go through to get to this point. So I know you guys are going to really enjoy that. Anyways, we're going to get started in a minute, but stay safe, take care of yourself, make sure you're sanitizing, wearing your mask, social distancing. It's still very crazy out here. And all right, we'll get ready for the show.
Hello, Tenisa. How are you doing?
Good to you.
Very, very good. I am excited. I've known you for years, and when I read your bio, I didn't have any idea of some of the experiences you've had. And I wanted just to ask you, you talk about a time when you weren't being signed and you're having trouble, people, telling you you wouldn't be able to do what you're doing now. And I want you to kind of go through what emotions you were feeling before you were discovered by YEA.
My emotions was mixed, mainly being a single mom of three. So it's kind of hard anyways, but basically making sure my kids was taken care of, following their dreams. It was a struggle, but when you hear the words of you will never accomplish anything, so it did eat at me, but eventually it's just that strong woman that I am in the background. I kind of sat that to the back and just moved forward just to prove them wrong. Also, when you're hearing you will never be a model because of my size, back then it was a real issue. And then when you see all the other beautiful models, you adapt to it. You really think you won't make it.
Yeah, I like that a lot because you do usually see, especially in the modeling industry, most sizes are slimmer. So your perception, everything you see is really telling you, I don't know, maybe they're right, this and that. So, how did you get with YEA?
It was kind of, I don't know, I want to say it was a faith, an act of God to me, but it was kind of strange because I got a phone call from a woman named Peggy from YEA was saying, we were seeing your son, he applied for YEA, and me and my mom pretty much follow my son. And I'm like, we didn't apply. Who is YEA? And she was like, we want to get you guys to come in. And at the time it was with another company that kind of put a damper on it. So I was hesitant of coming to YEA because of them telling my son, sending him on false jobs and stuff. So I'm like, this ain't real. So she told us, just come out and see, and we'll just sit. So I talked to my mom because she does back up me and Marcel's modeling career. And so we went out there, and I'm still like, how did you get our information and he never applied? So that was kind of
It
crazy.
was random.
So,
right. And he was like,
really cool.
I'm like, Marcel, you applied for a company named YEA? He was like, I don't even know them. I'm like, oh, this is a scam. Then when she said, come to Wixom, Michigan, I'm like, and we live in Detroit. I'm like, oh,
Wixom.
So I think that's so interesting. I just think, it must have been fake because of how everything happened. It was so magical. So let's bring in another family member. Marcel, tell us a little bit more about that. And, you had a really interesting question I wanted you to ask.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know this, but we actually come from a line. I personally come from like a line of models. My grandmother way back when, she was a fashion designer and a model and a project coordinator. She did so many things. Most of them I still don't even know, and I'm still learning day by day. I just wanted to know, what is it like for you coming from a mother who was also in the fashion industry and kind of walking in her footsteps?
It's amazing because, like you said, I found out some things as well. I didn't know she modeled, but I thought she only did print modeling.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a doll. I mean, a size 5, that's another thing when I was younger looking at that, like, no, can't be a model. But it's amazing. It's beautiful. And to hear that she used to be a project coordinator. She coordinated her own runway show. for mothers and daughters brunch. She said it was at the Playboy Bunny Club. So she did it. I'm like, God, you got like history and you kind of famous. And then she designed wigs. She designed her own clothes and modeled them. Did runway as well as print model. But other things left for her to put that on the back burner. But I'm amazed because I make her proud. She come to my shows and smile, and she never lived her dream through me. So that's what I always appreciate, because some parents do that and force them, but she never forced me. She did tell me, you have a face for a model, you should do it. I'm like, no, I'm too big. I'm too old. And she was like, just do it. You will see, and then you'll see. And I'm like, nope. I just kept doubting myself when she never doubted me.
Well,
She's
I think that's
always supportive.
I think that's amazing, and it's very inspiring that all your family's in there, and like despite the self-doubt, you did have you guys were a good support system for each other to keep yourselves motivated and stuff. And
right.
And Kim, I want you to come in because you've known her. You're the one who got her started and got her out of that. Where was she like when you first met her, and what's something you want to ask her today, just from everything going on?
Just meeting the whole family the first day was such an inspiration to me. Being in the business and wanting to help talent, watching the three of them and watching Marcel excel in what he was doing and sharing his passions. I could just see Tenisa sitting there, and I could see a light in her. We all could. I have to give most of the credit to Peggy. Peggy is the one that really kind of picks and does the communication with them up front during that time, and she was great. She brought them all to me and said, you know what, I see a lot in Marcel, but with their guidance and support that they've been given and their direction, really Tenisa would be perfect on runway as well. So we were so excited, and since the day I met them, I've just cherished that relationship. I still do. So we'll be showing a bunch of clips coming up of all of the family members, will be featured, and we're so excited about it, having Tenisa here today. And Tenisa, my question to you is, in the modeling business now, you've been doing it for 7 years, and I personally call on you to help me even with my events, and I call on Paulette, your mom, all the time. You guys have been a great guidance and support for me. With everything that you've done in the last 7 years, young lady, what do you think has been your most favorite? I'm so curious to what you enjoyed the most.
The most I love is runway. I've become my own inner diva. I'm sorry. The crowd just draws this person out of me that people on the other side, like at my other job, they don't see that. So when they actually get a chance to see it, they're like, oh my God, you was amazing. That was you. You don't act like that. It brings life to me. It brings another side that I'm happy about, even when I'm down. Tim got me teary-eyed.
Oh my God, I love it, Tenisa. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Tenisa is one of the only models I personally know, and I know a lot of them. I've literally interviewed them all personally. There's very few. I can say there's maybe 10, less than 10, that gets the attention. Tenisa is the top 3, okay? She gets standing ovations. So I have to say your personality is fabulous. We love you on runway. And I think the fanfare needs to see more of you. And, pretty soon this COVID thing's going to go away and we're going to get back into it. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
You are beautiful. You've been beautiful, since the day you've been born, that. And I'm so proud of everything that you do. And I just want everyone out there to know that you want someone to be a part of your family or be on your side. This family has shown that to me. You've been my family, so I can't thank you enough. So, Levon, you better take it.
Yeah. This is
I just have one thing to say that inspired me the most was Kim. I'm sorry, but I have to say this. She gives me these pep talks before I get on the runway, and it pushes me. And she always say, "You're beautiful. Go out there and own it. Shine, baby, shine." it fills me every time I get out there. And I appreciate it because the business is not just a business, it's a family. And I appreciate you so much.
Oh, I love you too. We have so much fun when we do that, don't we? We have so
Yes.
much fun.
And I love sharing it
So
with
I'm
other
missing
people.
it.
Y'all
We
are gonna
have
make
to
my
create
eyeliner
more.
run.
Hey,
So
well,
yeah, I live through you guys. All of you are my models. You know, every single one of you on this show today is a model of mine as well. And I love all that you do. And we have so much fun, and we'll do more of it. So I want everyone to know that there's so much more to Tenisa. And there's so much more to Marcel and Tony and Levon, and we'll get to them too. But go ahead, Levon. What's
Yeah.
well, I was getting ready to say.
Take over, Levon.
No,
I'm trying to.
I was just letting you guys get it all out. I mean,
That
that's.
brought me some tissue down with me.
I mean, the
Darling.
reactions that everyone is having is understandable. I mean, when you start at a point where you don't believe in yourself, and then you do believe in yourself, and now you're doing it, and now your personality and flavor and styles coming out. I mean, that's a big deal. And I want to bring Tony in though. You work with a lot of our models, and I want you to, you know, from all the models you've worked with and stuff, what's something you wanted to ask Tenisa? Because, you know, with all of her modeling and stuff.
Yeah, so I know, Tenisa, like your family and then the YEA family inspires you a lot. So I was really curious if there's anyone in the fashion industry that inspires you, because I know that industry and the modeling industry, it changes every day and more so even now. So yeah, I was wondering if there was anyone specific that inspires you.
Well, no one really famous, like, you know, inspire me, but I do love to watch them. Especially my favorite back then was like watching Heidi Klum, even though I don't have a Heidi Klum body, but it's just her glow, you know? But what really inspired me the most was my mom, watching her, seeing her. So as an African-American Black woman back then modeling, I'm like, okay, because at the time it was just stipulated, you know? So now you see more now, which is very amazing, you know? But really, Kim actually is my inspiration. Kimberly Sampson, it really is. I mean, she's your agent, but behind closed doors, she's that mom. And even when I say I can't, she said, yes, you can. You can do this. Go do it. And then when I do it, I'm like, oh, I like that. So then when she called me, Tenisa, they want you. I'm like, I'm coming. I'll even okay, I even play sick at my other job to come. So it's like, it's not so much. A lot of times the stuff is like volunteer work. I don't even look to get paid because it's something I love and she believes in me. So I'm like, I believe in her. So I'm like, yeah, I'm there. I'm there without a hesitation.
I want to add to that that's how a relationship is supposed to be, and that's how it really is at YEA. Everyone has such a similar story to that, and in the future, you know, as we interview more talent, you'll see that it's such a consistency with YEA for the family vibe.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, I want to just say thank you so much, Tenisa, for coming out and interviewing with us. We really, really enjoyed it. I mean, there's so much that people can take from this, especially you being a plus size model and just going from where you were in the beginning to where you're at now. Because a lot of people, they see what you're doing, but they don't know what it came from. So they think you always just had it. But there's a support system coming from your family and your YEA family. So that's all really important to get you to where you need to be at and discovering what your passion is. So, you know, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Did anyone else have anything they wanted to say or?
No, just love you, Tenisa. Thank you so much for taking the time today.
Love you guys. Thank you for having me.
Love you, mommy.
Always. And that's not my brother. That's my son. I get that all the time.
As you get older, you'll be happy to say it's your brother. Or
runway, I do. I'm like, yeah, that's just my brother.
Definitely your child.
But the sock, I love the sock though.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. All right, Tenisa, it was good to see you.
You too, always. Thank you.
All right.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in for our wonderful interview with Ms. Tenisa Numan. If you want to check out more of our information, you can go to our YEA website and look at more stuff posted about our talent and just upcoming events we're doing. Anybody else have anything they want to say?
No, thank you, everybody. Tenisa, for being with us. Appreciate it. Love you.
Thanks for tuning in and watching.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, later. Bye-bye.
Bye.